Hi everyone, James here from F9 Audio, and welcome to this short video where I'm going to show you how to install the content for F9 TRAX for Logic 9.1.8. The first thing I want you to do is back up the zip file that you downloaded from us. There's a very good reason. You're going to want to go into the TRAX projects and customize them and probably oversave them, and by having the zip file on hand you can always get back to the original state. Okay, so now let's unzip this file, and I'm going to control click on the file or right click on it with the magic mouse, and I'm going to make sure that we're opening it with the archive utility. Please do not use any other decompression system to actually do this. There's custom folders and icons on there, and only the built-in OS X archive utility will understand them. Okay, now that's done. Here's our resulting folder, and I'm going to double click it to open it. There are three folders that we're actually going to be installing here: the impulse responses, the ESX24 data, and the channel strip settings. Now in this example I'm using F9's TRAX Release Motion V1 Tech House, but you may have a different actual release, but everything will be clearly marked impulse responses, ESX24, and channel strips. So let's install our first folder, the impulse responses. So I'm going to open my main hard drive. I'm going to open the library folder that exists at root level. This is the system library folder. Then I'm going to find the audio folder inside that and the impulse responses folder inside of that. Now you can see I've already got an F9 product installed in there, and I'm simply going to go back to our tracks folder and move across the impulse responses. You will need to authenticate it as it's a system level folder. There goes my password, and that's it. That's in position. Okay, so the last two folders we're going to need to install are the ESX24 data and the channel strips. So I'm going to once again open the hard drive, make sure that that window is selected, go to the Go menu at the top left hand side of Finder, and you'll see it's not listed on any of the locations here until I press the Alt key. So by toggling it there, you'll see that this library folder appears. So that is the Alt or Option key on your keyboard. So now with that key held down, I'm going to click here where it says library, and that will open your personal library folder. Now set this to alphabetical view and scroll to the top, and you're looking for this, the application support folder. Open that, and inside here we're looking for the Logic folder. There it is. And there's two folders within that we're going to be using. The first is the sampler instruments at the top here. So I'm going to now open that folder, and you'll see once again I've already got some other F9 ESX24 products installed. Now I'm going to come back to our master tracks folder and collect up any folder that says ESX24 on it and dump it in there. Now please note we're moving it as opposed to copying it. The reason we do that is that Logic tends to use Spotlight to find its samples. So that means that no matter where the samples are scattered on the disk, it will find them. However, if it finds multiple copies, it will give you those nag screens that you've probably all seen. And it's always best to avoid that whilst you're working at speed. Okay, that's the sampler instruments actually installed. Now we just need to go back one level within the folder structure. Now I can do that with these buttons at the top of the folder. There we go. Or I can actually control click on the top of the menu, the top of the window, sorry, where it says sampler instruments, and it'll show you the whole hierarchy, and we can just go back one level to the Logic folder there. Now we're looking for channel strip settings, and we're going to double click that. And within that, we're looking for instruments. So we're just going to open that. Nothing in there at the moment. Now we go back to our tracks folder, pick up anything that says channel strips on it from the TRAX release and dump it in there. Once again, we're moving it, we're not copying. But this is another reason why we say it's always a great idea to back up your zip file. Everything is now installed, so let's open one of the projects. Here I've installed Motion, so let's open the Santa Cruz TRAX project. Now, all of the channel strips that we installed earlier on are available on any single Logic project that you're working on. And to access them, there's two options. You can either come to the very top of any virtual instrument channel. Please bear in mind, obviously, these won't work on audio tracks. And on the channel strip setting menu, you will find that you have access to the hierarchy of the instruments that we've just installed. And you can load anything from there. Now, the second method involves using Logic's built-in library. So I'm going to come to the top right of the Logic 9 GUI and click on this media icon. That will open these media tabs, and we're going to click on the library tab at the top. Now, this is the pre-installed content, or some of it, from Logic, and at the top are our new F9 channel strips. This is the F9 Motion channel strips, and we can go into any of them, click on that, and as long as we've got a virtual instrument channel selected, it will load. And this will also show you the speed at which these things load. It's just literally nipping straight through them. And that's the beauty of using ESX24 data with channel strip settings. Now, I'm sure you're going to want to dive straight into the main tracks projects, but please don't forget the startup pages that come preloaded with instruments all set up, including some MIDI data to give you an idea of how it can be used. And these are designed as complete inspirational springboards. Also, every main tracks project will have a beats-only startup page with all of the instruments there, so you can build your own original production with drums already sounding great and in a good framework. So I really hope you enjoy your tracks purchase and you get an awful lot out of it. Please don't forget to keep in touch with us. We're always at info@f9-audio.com. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.